Canned sardines may seem like one of the simplest foods on the shelf. Small fish packed tightly into tins, preserved in oil, water, or sauce. But behind that compact can is a carefully controlled industrial process designed to preserve freshness, flavor, nutrition, and safety for years. What begins as a highly perishable fresh catch must be handled quickly, cleaned precisely, cooked gently, sealed perfectly, and sterilized under exact conditions. Every step must happen in the right order and within strict time windows. And today on the How Factory, we're stepping inside modern seafood canneries to see exactly how canned sardines are made, from fresh catch to shelf-stable cans. The history of canned sardines is closely tied to the invention of food canning itself. In the early 19th century, preserving fish for long voyages and inland transport was a major challenge. Sardines, which spoil rapidly after harvest, were ideal candidates for early canning experiments. Once the technique was perfected, sardines became one of the first truly global convenience foods. Over time, the process evolved from manual preparation in coastal villages to highly automated facilities capable of processing hundreds of thousands of fish per day, while still relying on speed, cleanliness, and precision. The process begins at sea. Sardines are small, oily fish typically harvested in large schools using purse-seine nets. Timing is critical. Sardines are most valuable when caught at peak freshness and fat content. Once the nets are hauled in, the fish are transferred quickly to chilled seawater tanks on board the vessel. Rapid cooling slows enzymatic activity and bacterial growth, preserving quality during transport. Depending on distance, sardines may be processed immediately on board or delivered to shore-based canneries within hours. When they arrive at the facility, the fish are unloaded and inspected. Quality checks assess size, firmness, smell, and temperature. Any fish showing signs of spoilage are rejected. Sardines are graded by size because uniformity is essential for even cooking and consistent confill. Once accepted, the sardines are washed thoroughly. High-volume washing systems use chilled, potable water to remove slime, blood, scales, and surface contaminants. Gentle handling is essential. Sardines are delicate, and excessive agitation can damage flesh or rupture the skin, which would affect appearance and texture in the final product. After washing, the fish move to preparation. Depending on the product style, sardines may be processed whole or headed and gutted. In many traditional styles, the heads and internal organs are removed. Automated heading and gutting machines grip each fish, remove the head, and extract the viscera in a single motion. Precision is critical to avoid tearing the belly or leaving residual organs behind. The cleaned sardines are washed again to remove any remaining blood or debris. At this point, the fish are clean, uniform, and ready for pre-cooking. Pre-cooking is a crucial step in sardine canning. It firms the flesh, reduces moisture, and removes excess oil, which helps improve texture and shelf stability. Pre-cooking is typically done using steam or hot water. Sardines are loaded onto perforated trays or conveyors and passed through steam tunnels or cooking chambers. The cooking time is carefully controlled, usually just a few minutes. The goal is not to fully cook the fish, but to set the proteins and allow oils and water to release. Overcooking would cause excessive shrinkage and dryness. Undercooking would compromise safety and texture. As the sardines cook, they lose some moisture and become firmer. Natural oils may drip away, depending on the process. After pre-cooking, the fish are cooled slightly to make them easier to handle. Cooling also helps stabilize the flesh before canning. Once pre-cooked, sardines move to can filling. This stage combines precision and speed. Empty cans are cleaned, sterilized, and delivered to filling lines. Sardines are placed into cans either manually or by automated packing machines. In high-end or traditional products, workers may still hand-pack fish to achieve precise arrangement and appearance. In fully automated lines, machines align and insert fish based on size and orientation. The number of sardines per can is tightly controlled. Uniform fill ensures even heat penetration during sterilization and consistent net weight. Sardines may be packed horizontally or vertically depending on the can size and product style. After fish placement, liquid is added. This may be olive oil, vegetable oil, brine, tomato sauce, mustard sauce, or other flavored media. The choice of packing liquid affects flavor, texture, and nutritional profile. The liquid also fills void spaces in the can, ensuring even heat transfer during sterilization. The amount of liquid added is measured precisely. Too much liquid dilutes flavor and reduces fish content. Too little can leave air pockets, which compromise shelf stability. Automated fillers dispense exact volumes into each can. Before sealing, cans may pass through exhaust boxes or vacuum systems. This step removes trapped air and replaces it with steam or vacuum. Removing oxygen is critical. Oxygen promotes oxidation, flavor degradation, and corrosion inside the can. Proper exhausting ensures long shelf life and product safety. Once exhausted, the cans are sealed immediately. Seaming machines attach lids to cans using a double seam process. This creates a hermetic seal that prevents microorganisms from entering. Seam integrity is one of the most critical control points in canning. Even microscopic defects can cause spoilage or safety failures. Seams are inspected continuously using automated sensors and manual checks. With cans sealed, the most important stage begins: sterilization. Sealed cans are loaded into retorts, large pressure vessels designed to heat food safely and uniformly. Inside the retort, cans are exposed to high temperatures, typically between 240 degrees Fahrenheit and 250 degrees Fahrenheit, 116 degrees Celsius to 121 degrees Celsius, under pressurized steam or water. Sterilization time and temperature are calculated precisely based on can size, product density, and composition. The goal is to destroy all harmful microorganisms, including spores of heat-resistant bacteria, while preserving product quality. This process makes sardines shelf-stable without refrigeration. During sterilization, significant changes occur inside the can. The sardines finish cooking gently in their own juices and packing liquid. Bones soften due to heat and pressure, becoming tender and edible. Flavors meld, and the fish absorbs some of the surrounding oil or sauce. This is why canned sardines often taste better after aging for several months. After sterilization, cans are cooled rapidly using cold water sprays or immersion. Rapid cooling prevents overcooking and protects can integrity. Cooling also reduces internal pressure, allowing the can to stabilize. Once cooled, cans are dried and moved to inspection. Quality control at this stage is extensive. Cans are checked for dents, swelling, leaks, and seam defects. Internal vacuum levels are measured. Random samples are opened to assess appearance, odor, texture, and fill weight. Laboratory tests verify sterility and chemical stability. Approved cans move to labeling and packaging. Labels are applied automatically, or cans may be lithographed with branding directly on the metal. Date codes and batch numbers are printed for traceability. Cans are then packed into cartons, shrink-wrapped, or tray-packed, depending on distribution requirements. Because canned sardines are shelf-stable, they do not require refrigeration. However, storage conditions still matter. Warehouses are kept cool and dry to prevent corrosion and preserve label quality. Properly processed sardines can remain safe and flavorful for several years. Behind the scenes, sanitation and hygiene are critical at every stage. Fish processing environments must be cleaned frequently to prevent bacterial buildup. Equipment is washed, sanitized, and inspected daily. Workers follow strict hygiene protocols. Regulatory agencies monitor canneries closely due to the high-risk nature of seafood processing. Sustainability is increasingly important in sardine production. Sardines are considered one of the more sustainable seafood options due to their fast reproduction and lower position in the food chain. Many canneries source fish from managed fisheries to prevent overfishing. Byproducts such as heads, bones, and trimmings are processed into fish meal or oil, minimizing waste. What makes canned sardine production remarkable is how quickly and precisely it must operate. From the moment sardines leave the water, the clock is ticking. Freshness, safety, and quality depend on speed, temperature control, and exact processing conditions. At the same time, the process must scale to meet global demand. From fishing vessels and washing systems to steam cookers, confillers, seamers, high-pressure retorts, and automated packaging lines, canned sardine production is a tightly controlled system designed to preserve one of the ocean's most delicate resources. And that is how canned sardines are made: cleaned, cooked, packed, sealed, sterilized, and stored, transforming fresh-caught fish into shelf-stable cans enjoyed around the world. Thanks for watching The How Factory.